I really try not to blow people up because I think everybody deserves their own opinion and their own voice, and people are allowed to set themselves on fire. It's a free country, but you're not allowed to set other people on fire. You're not allowed to spread misinformation as truth. You're allowed your own opinion. You're not allowed your own facts. And stupidity is a learned art. I mean, you got to be dumb on purpose. Just because somebody has a suit on, and I'm intentionally not wearing a suit today, just to show you that you don't have to be an expert to be all dressed up, but you better not be messed up in the head. You don't ever have a suit on to understand that this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And just because you're wearing a suit doesn't mean you know what you're talking about. He says he's a financial expert, but he's saying nothing that makes any sense. And by the way, what's his name and where does he work? What makes him an expert? No one is asking this question in the comments. Let me just jump right into this. He's just wrong. He says a mortgage is not an investment. A mortgage is a debt instrument. So how could it be an investment in the first place? But what it is good debt. There's good debt and bad debt. I've explained this on my podcast, Money and Wealth. You should follow it, by the way, in my book, Financial Literacy for All, bestseller. You should get it. Go to my coaches at Operation Hope, the counseling for free. If you tell them I sent you, I'll give you a $1,000 free coaching scholarship on me just to go to Operation Hope, my nonprofit. Now, good debt is where it's tied to something that might appreciate. Bad debt is tied to something that will probably depreciate. So buying a car would be bad debt. Buying shoes would be bad debt, and putting it on a credit card. Okay, that's going to depreciate. But a home actually might appreciate. So all things in balance, it's actually good debt, but it's not an investment. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. But it is an investment vehicle because it allows you to buy a home, which is probably the best investment the average family is going to get. Do you know that 75% of mainstream families, read white, Caucasian, own a home? Why do you think they do that? Because they're stupid? And my guess is this guy, if he is really a real person, really an expert, owns a home. The people on TV telling you not to own a home drives me nuts, all right? Not black people, white people, Asian people, all these experts, so-called experts, telling you poor people and working class people don't buy. It's like a conspiracy to keep you poor. So look, there are 15 ways why the tax policy disputes what this guy says about owning a home, all right? So mortgages are not the bank renting. You're not renting from the bank. You're renting money from the bank, right? Not the property. You own the property. And the bank doesn't own the property unless you don't pay, right? If I give you a loan and you don't pay, I'm going to own your property. So I don't have time to go. I did a whole podcast on money and wealth, talking about home ownership, but look, mortgage interest deduction, which means you get your money back when 20 to 30 years on average you pay no mortgage, you get that back in mortgage interest. You might get it back in a tax refund too. So you're paying yourself, literally not paying the bank, you're paying yourself. Property tax deductions, capital gain exclusions. If you're a married couple, you get $500,000 from the sale of your house.